Hello, good morning. How are we? I'm doing fantastically. Thank you for asking. Before we get stuck into this, I just wanted to say a massive thank you. That Hozier video blew up way more than I ever imagined it would do. And I just want to thank you for all your incredible support and your kind words. It has blown my mind. I had just over 400 subscribers before I posted that video. And I'm now, at the time of filming, like at 2.3 thousand. So the past few weeks have been a bit crazy. I got monetized yesterday, which is mad. Just for context, I have been posting on YouTube for 8 years. Most of it's been deleted. It was terrible. But the fact that it took me 8 years to get to 400 subscribers and then a matter of weeks to get to 2,000, I actually can't comprehend it. YouTube's been a dream of mine since I was like 13. So now that it feels like it's something I could actually do, it's a big deal. It's a really big deal. So thank you, seriously, from the bottom of my heart. Now that Hozier video attracted so many great people that are so much smarter than me and have amazing ideas of their own, their analysis of the songs. And I thought it would be only fair to share them with you all. So let's get stuck into them. Okay, this first one just made me laugh. I pinned it at the top because it's genius. This is from Zen Ayla, and she's quoting me. She says, "Which is insane because who would choose a poet as their guide through a dark and scary realm? Eurydice has been real quiet since you dropped this. Genius." I should have said it myself. Well done. You deserve those 348 likes. Actually, Zen, I have a book recommendation for you if you haven't already heard of it. This is The Giant Dark, and it is a modern retelling of Orpheus and Eurydice. Just have that. It's brilliant. You'll love it. This next comment is from Booty Duke. "This is a fantastic video. I'm so glad I found it. I think the world flows through Hozier the same way that I feel through my hands, my nerves, the same way we cry through our eyes. I once heard someone say that we are the universe experiencing itself, and I think that idea lives in this verse. When Hozier burns, the world is burning through him, just as the world dies in some way when anyone dies. An individual's death is the world experiencing death through this piece itself." So good. Oh my god, you guys are so clever, and I love this. I love that theory of we are just the universe experiencing itself. That's sort of something where my beliefs lie quite strongly. Yeah, this is so fantastic. I did struggle. I think you guys could tell I struggled with the last song. It just brought up feelings for me that I just didn't know how to comprehend. But so many of these comments have been able to put words to my feelings, and this is beautiful. Thank you. Elliot Jordan. "I feel like in Through Me, he's talking more simply about learning to accept what you can't control. You will inevitably suffer losses throughout your life, whether that be the loss of love or life. If you resist these things and burn your path through life, the world will burn you in return. But if you're able to accept it and flow through your life, it will flow through you. To swim against the current is ultimately futile and will only cause more pain for you, the people around you, and potential relationships you could have. I think all three songs relate to each other in various ways. The idea of the flood, the encouragement of acceptance, loss, etc. Love the video and found the comparisons to Inferno really interesting. Really enjoyed your style." Thank you, Elliot. And thank you for this comment. Again, it's another idea I really agree with. I love that we can draw so many different ideas from these songs and they're all correct in their own ways. And I really like this idea of the flood being like a central theme throughout the whole EP. Very nice. Kit Delagaza says, "When I hear the chorus of Through the Flood, what I feel from it is just a raw expression of rage and horror." Same. "There is an element of awe and acceptance as well. The world flowing through, meaning taking all the loss and cruelty of the past few years, feeling it completely cover you like water until you are water. Overwhelmed beyond overwhelmed. Burning through the world is the rage that results from this, and the world burns through you in return. Maybe it's something unique to being an artist of any kind. You sort of see and feel so much of what's going on all at once, like you're looking at a Hieronymus Bosch painting. except it's also looking back at you. You can hear all the noise and the clamour at once, like a hurricane or a symphony. Symphony. And it shapes you. I hope this makes any sense at all. So much sense, kid. This one really this is like how I feel. Like 90% of the time, overwhelmed. I just feel so grateful that so many people have been able to put words to my feelings, just as these songs have put words to my feelings, and some other comments have said that I've been able to put words to other people's feelings. It's just all a very comforting sort of, you know what I'm saying. And the Bosch reference, genius. I wish I had thought of that, because it's perfect. This is from Squishy. Don't know if that's your government name. What a gem of a video this was. It was so well researched and edited. I literally enjoyed every second of it, so thank you for this. I really like your interpretation and commentary of All Things End. The lyrics and sentiment of the song reminded me of Brendan Kennelly's poem, Begin, particularly the last lines. Though we live in a world that dreams of ending, that always seems about to give in, something that will not acknowledge conclusion insists that we forever begin. Hozier did a reading of this on one of his Instagram lives, and it was just beautiful. Thanks again for this video. I love that. I will be looking into Kennelly's poetry, because that little snippet is just perfect. So good. And clearly something that's influenced Hozier if he's read it out on his live. I will go and try and find a recording of that, or if anyone knows of the recording, put it down in the comments below. Help a girl out. Amina added, the coins in the album cover could also represent the coins that the souls of the dead had to pay to Charon to reach the underworld, or in Dante Inferno's case, Inferno itself. Brilliant. Something I completely missed and also makes so much sense. I love that. This is a brilliant one from MH. I love this video so much. Hozier's literary references feed me. When I first listened to Eat Your Young, all I could think of was Oscar Wilde's Ave Imperatrix, specifically the line, "O Cromwell's England, must thou yield for every inch a ground a son?" I loved your commentary on the whole EP and will eagerly await your thoughts on the album when it comes out. I did want to say I don't think that the overtures of sex in Eat Your Young are just set dressing. Sex as consumption has a long literary and political history, and we shouldn't overlook that this is a male narrator addressing a woman whose thoughts we never get to hear. I definitely hear the sexual innuendo as a critique of the men are entitled to sex attitude and rape culture in general, along with the class critique, obviously. Such great EP and wonderful analysis. I think you're spot on. Absolutely, this is something that I should have addressed, that just I missed. Yeah, it's 100% an unequal balance, and the use of sex in this is, critical, because it's been exploited historically. So thank you. This one I loved because I love a bit of color theory. This is from Aisha Nusrath. I really hope I said that right. This is so insightful and interesting. I didn't really consider the album art, but after your analysis, I found myself appreciating it a whole lot more. Is the bountiful harvest of wheat growing out of the grave another reference to Eat Your Young? To the sacrifice of the coming generation's working class in an attempt to gain further riches? It seems fitting as it's such a vibrant, rich gold colour, especially in contrast to the purple hues in the sky. Hello, colour theory. Really a great piece of art. Another thought, I've had this feeling that All Things End has almost an unfinished end. Maybe someone with better musical knowledge can explain, but the note at the end almost feels like the beginning of another verse. To me, it reflects that repeated idea of beginning again. Seems like a thoughtful decision. Anyway, thanks so much for a fun vid, and I really enjoyed it. Thank you, Aisha. I think you are correct. That is such a wonderful way to build on the artwork. Absolutely, I think the wheat is symbolic. I couldn't have put it better myself. And I said this in the comment that I replied. Absolutely, I also feel like the last note in All Things End was left unfinished. Well, I didn't quite see it as unfinished. I thought it sounded more like as a question, almost like he's unsure of what he's saying. Like there's just a little bit of room for doubt, you know? Okay, I didn't want to just fill this video with comments that are just praising me. But I just wanted to share this one because it had such a strong effect on me. I cried when I read this, and I just want to, there was a few that made me cry, but this one in particular just blew me away. I read it out to my parents because I was just like, what? This is from Simply Ma. Now this is the kind of content I look forward to paying my internet for. Such hard work and done so beautifully. I don't think I'll have enough words to say something more than this. This is the perfect essay, for me and many others I bet, about this EP. I often have a hard time articulating thoughts, same, but knowing out there is people seeing the same, feeling the same, hearing the same, and more than anything, honouring the same is simply amazing. Thank you so much for this, and thank you so much for all the passion shown in this video about everything. Not just the songs, but the essays, the books, the narrative, the addition, the sincerity. Wow. Thank you. That is such wonderful praise. I almost feel like I'm being trolled, like someone has put my video somewhere on some sort of trolling Reddit and been like, let's hype this girl up and make her think that she's, you know, good at what she does. Because the support's been unreal. Thank you. There's a couple that I'm going to be printing and putting up at my desk. This one definitely included. Just to remind myself that I can make good things sometimes. This is from Sam, just Sam. You brought up a modest proposal and I think I fell in love with you a little bit. Stop it. This is from Catalina Teodora. Another interesting thing I got from the chorus of Through Me is that he uses burn and then flow. I think that him burning through the world may be the initial reaction many people have when losing a loved one, that of rage. But because humanity is inherently tied and part of the world around them, raging against what is out of his control only hurts him, which means the world burns through him too. But when he lets go of the struggle and accepts that loss as something that is intrinsic to the human experience, he manages to return to the world and to life in a way he used to before his loss. Not the same, since something has changed profoundly, but still. And that is a more gentle experience, signifying by him flowing through the world and the world through him instead of burning, sort of become one with it. Genius! Oh my god! You should write a book, because that is perfection. Yeah, that you just made the song make so much more sense to me. I think that is brilliant. Catalina, wow. This is from K, just K, but I'm going to say it stands for Kermit because of the profile picture. When you say that what you were religious in was the music, I found that to be one of the most beautiful ways of saying something I've felt since I left the church. All of my experiences with the divine within church walls have been tied to music that deeply moved me. The sermons never did. That was one of the reasons I was so confused for so long and tried to make it all fit. The first religious experience I had outside of a church building was legitimately a Hozier concert, his first tour. I cried so much and I felt it so deeply within me, and there was no conflicting feelings after, just peace and connection to the divine. And although that was not when I left the church, that experience absolutely did change me, and his music still moves me so much to this day. He does truly understand the way the soul connects to sound and lyricism, and I just adore his music. Kay, I relate to you so much. That is so wonderful to read. I just, yeah, feel the absolute same, had the exact same experience, except I haven't seen Hozier live, and I really fucking want to. The closest thing to a religious experience that I imagine Hozier would be that I have had was at the Teskey Brothers. They were phenomenal, and it was something else. I remember coming out and just being like, huh? So yeah, if any of you haven't listened to the Teskey Brothers, please do, because they are. Alina Michaela, million likes from me. Thank you. And you talking about ethics, morality, worldview, politics and religion was so refreshing. It is rare to speak about these things in a raw and open way. I find coping with the injustice of the world very hard, and I don't believe in hell, so it is hard to grasp. Why do we have the sense of right and wrong, ability for compassion and suffering, need for religion, etc., if we really are just monkeys that are going to abuse every bit of power we have? Is this how it's going to be until humankind disappears, or is there some sort of divine justice? Or perhaps there is a karma loop and the shizziest humans get born again and again until they learn their lessons. This would explain how the world is. Alina, another person that needs to write a book, because that is so good and really encapsulates my feelings. Thank you for sharing. That's so good. We are just monkeys on power trips. Amazing. This is from Lilium. I had a conspiracy for a while that Hozier was secretly the Celtic god Angus. These songs definitely add to that theory. Yeah, this is genius. And a theory that I absolutely back now, because Angus is the god associated with youth and love and summer and poetic inspiration. That's Andrew. Kat McLaughlin was watching this in line for Hozier. I love that I got to be part of your Hozier experience. That is so special to me. And I will hold that close because I have not seen him yet. And I really hope he comes to Australia. But I'm glad that I got to be with you in the anticipation to seeing him. This last one is from C, just C, and it's just same bestie, same. I just felt seen by this. I feel like we all know. We're like, you know, we can tell when we're at that kind of level with Hozier. There are so many more comments that I would like to include in this video, but I don't want to make it like 1,000 years long. And there are more comments getting added every day, and I'm sure that there will be some more that I really wish I had added, but I'm sorry that I can't. Again, thank you so much for your support. I have some exciting videos planned. I hope you do stick around for them. If you like this one, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you next Friday. Have a lovely day, have a lovely week. I'm gonna go drink a big glass of wine to celebrate. Ciao.